There have been 143 episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine since the time of recording this, and every single episode without fail has had a cold open play before the title sequence plays. But it's time to rank them, using a fad that has basically gone off YouTube now, but I'm still going to use it because it works. This is the Brooklyn Nine-Nine Cold Open tier list. But before we start, remember to smash that like button and subscribe for more content like this from me. But now on to the cold opens. Hilarious introduction to the show. Rest in peace, Algernon, our favourite little mouse. Slow build up, but a great ending gag. That scar does look suspicious. Slow burner, saved by Boyle. Too plot heavy and goes on for too long. Too long, but has some very funny moments. This one escalates perfectly. They're also perfectly in character. It's hilarious. Simple concept, great execution. Builds well with some great line delivery from Boyle. The sense of impending disaster really boosts this one. Jealous Boyle is probably my favourite Boyle, while Jake's pure glee is so fun to watch. Simple, yet oh so clever. Being carried by Terry looks so much fun. Nothing special, just plot exposition. A very quotable sketch, but not overly funny. Absolutely iconic, and you cannot disagree. Amazing wordplay, guys, proud of you. Good concept, but not so many laughs. It's so evil and so in character that you feel just as hurt as Jake. Exposition saved by big reveal and drunk Jake. Oh, the hug at the end is so cute. Oh, Boyle, everything you say is so funny. Oh, look, exposition saved by Boyle and Rosa. This one's just one-liner after one-liner. It's such a joy to watch. Exposition saved by Jake. This one only gets into S tier because of Holt's hot damn. I just love when things fall apart. Do you just make me proud of Hitchcock and Scully? I don't really like this one, except for one gag. The scale and the script make for a cold open that's so entertaining. Holt is an absolute gift, prove me wrong. I absolutely love the ones where they use the formula of the characters' jobs in hilarious mundane situations. I love when everyone's so perfectly in character. Pushing a simple concept into the absurd. Genius. This one's also okay in places, but definitely runs for too long. Exposition saved by Gina and Amy. Boyle's scream alone sells it. This one gets interesting from the final line. Good gags, but not the funniest the show has. Never question Rosa. Full of great moments and a great punchline. Let's be honest, who wouldn't do the same? Bill Hader manages to be one of my favourite guest stars. Exposition saved by my hatred of the Vulture. What happens to Terry is my biggest fear. I hate this one. I don't like it, but I love it as well. Vulture gets in the most iconic line. I'd say that this is probably one of the more clever pranks that the Nine-Nine pull. God damn it, Boyle, you ruin everything. Him swallowing the fish is so gross yet perfect. Executed so well, the dark punchline is hilarious. Props to Jake for ruining a momentous occasion. Again. A slow build-up, but the punchline is so worth it. I love how this one's filmed. It's such a tease. Starts well, but then becomes very expositional. Okay, this one's just boring. What makes this one so good is that it's so realistic. I can never work those stupid hoverboard things. This one could be an A if we actually found out what was in that suitcase. Holt's expression and Jake in the background is absolutely hilarious. Exposition saved by absolute madness. I feel his pain. It's so like Brooklyn Nine-Nine to make a funny sketch even funnier by just keep on adding to the end. Exposition made funny through absurdity. I love the build-up and the ending is perfect. Oh, they're so perfectly matched. It's such a shame that this happens. Straight Holt never fails to make me smile. Maya Rudolph just comes into a room and makes anything that she's in her own. Oh, Tito, you saved this cold open from being nothing. Tip Buds, the spin-off we never knew we needed. A simple game of one-upmanship. Perfect way to reintroduce Pimento. This somehow just gets better and better as it goes on. Holt at the end sells this as one of the greats. This silence could be hours long and I would still love this cold open. This image on screen right now is why I love this one so much. Exposition saved by Pico de Gallo. Okay, Doug Judy just steals every scene he's in. Starts boring, but Gina's dancing in pain brings it up like 5 tiers. Exposition that's not saved. The opening lines and the delivery of them from Holt is just so funny. Great matter-of-fact delivery, but that's the only thing that really sells this one. We love a little bit of visual comedy. I will not apologise for my love of absurdist comedy. I'm ranking this high because Amy singing that song haunts me. Editing, the script, the performance, it's just mwah. Exposition saved by Jake's fake name. Oh my god, that's such a fun word to say. What are you doing at Razzmatazz? Razzmatazz. Razzmatazz. Oh, and the sketch is hilarious too. Honestly, I care more about Pizza Rat than the rest of this exposition. Absurdist comedy always gets me, guys. This isn't a surprise. Saved entirely from D rank by Jake's monologue at the end. I would eat that entire table without shame. How did Holt get into the house? That's dedication. We love wholesome pranks. Impressive, but wears thin quite quickly. The ending is very good though. This is how you do a perfect sequel. Too long and too exposition heavy, but I love the song. This is so simple, yet the black comedy works so well. Just Jake's face when he hears how it's just like unchanging. It's just like little, oh no. Okay, I'm going to stop going on about this one. I just love this one, sorry. I love how they use the formula of the show on simple workplace events. Some hilarious moments hidden behind a hell of a lot of exposition. The over-the-top style and scale is so Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Exposition saved by how much I love Doug Judy. Not so momentous start to my favourite episode, but it has some good elements. My next video will be a tutorial on how to do this dance. It has the scale, it has the absurdity, it has that amazing punchline. Oh, it's just so fantastic. Come on guys, I don't even have to explain this one. Now number 5. I love absurdity. Exposition saved by Jake's Juliet, Raymond and the Kangle. This script is mostly silence, yet it is hilarious. Short and, I want to say sweet, but I don't want to associate this sketch with sweet. Exposition saved by Boyle's jealousy of Cheddar. Exposition saved massively by Jake's dance. I have a crush on young Hitchcock and I hate that. Exposition. Gina still comes off as cruel as they're trying to give her a send-off, but it's got some funny moments. There's no Doug Judy in this, so it gets marks taken away from it. I just like Doug Judy that much, okay? Some good moments, but it's still just long exposition. Okay, I love absurdity. Watching them talk so fast is so funny to me, okay? What did Jake expect? Absolutely hilarious and sold by a great ending. Interesting-ish exposition. Beautiful, bubbly behaviour. Gazecation, all I ever wanted. Petty Holt is probably my favourite Holt, not gonna lie. It's way too long, but the absurdity of the situation and some great moments save it. This is just irritating and cringy. If they wanted me to hate Gina, they succeeded. Exposition with a lot of funny moments. Holt sells this cold open completely. Honestly, the squabble is just funny enough to watch on its own. Exposition saved by the opening. It's a nice change of pace to see Holt on the outside of the group for once. It's a blatant copy of the water prank, but it does manage to raise the absurdity. Exposition hidden behind a couple of good moments. As someone who isn't the biggest fan of Debbie, this cold open is actually pretty funny. Hitchcock still sucks, and it isn't a surprise. Exposition saved in part by Petty Holt. I feel just as betrayed as Jake. Boyle rapping the resume is extremely funny. Exposition with a good punchline. Exposition that does get me excited for the episode, but leaves the cold open feeling blank. Funny concept, short but sweet. Now, I do wonder how much this was influenced by the New York City blackout last year. And that is all of them. All 143. I think the best cold opens tended to be the ones that didn't link to the episode too much, with a couple of outliers such as Razzmatazz standing out. But it's clear that my favourites tended to have this level of absurdity within the comedy, and that's definitely what the show excels at. It's the same absurdity that makes the fire drill from The Office so funny, and this show manages to capture it again and again. I think it's also important to mention that there's only one cold open that I outright hate, which is that awful, cringeworthy G-Hive one. That gives the show a success rate of 142 out of 143, which is nothing to scoff at. These writers are clearly at the top of their game, and still are after 7 seasons. If I had to pick a favourite, excluding Backstreet Boys because I think that it's unfair and obviously the best, I think I picked The Worm, which shows the perfect way to match the dark nature of working as a detective and the goofiness of these characters. Holt's impression for the pure comedic genius and the way it builds so perfectly to that unexpected conclusion. And Holt is pantless for really taking the formula and the concept of these characters' jobs and using it for comedy in mundane and relatable situations. But No matter where the cold opens place on your tier list, the fact that this show still pumps out thoughtful episodes with hilarious cold opens is a testament to the geniuses behind it. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking the video if you haven't already, and consider subscribing. I make content like this every week, and maybe while we're in lockdown still, twice a week, depending on how efficient I am. In the comments down below, write what your favourite cold open is, excluding, of course, Backstreet Boys, because we all know that's the best one. But linked on stream right now is some other videos that you can check out. Look, right here, there's one about the Riverdale Hedwig special. We all know how disastrous those are. What about one that analyses every Jenner's performance of She Used to Be Mine? Oh, and what about that one, which is musical suggestions for people who are new into musicals? But that's all the time we have for today. I've been Daniel. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.